Hi, my name is Donna and this is Fantasy, my Indian ringneck parakeet. And in today's video, I want to just show you how you can bake an extra long natural branch that you've gotten from outside. One that's just too long to fit in the oven. Now the reason to bake your branches is to kill off any pathogens or any bugs on there like mites or lice or eggs or anything, any diseases that are on the branch, because there's wild animals outside, especially birds, right? A lot of these wild birds have worms, have mites, have any diseases. So you want to bake your natural branches so that they're safe for your birds. And especially if you're going to leave the bark on, you got to bake them, right? And you can certainly take the bark off if you like. And I do have videos about that. This is part of my perch series playlist. Make sure you check out my other videos to learn more about collecting branches from outside or in perches in general. All right, so I'm going to show you how to do that.
Not all trees are safe for our pet birds, so make sure you research on which trees are safe and not safe. I'll put a link down below that you can go have a look at. You can collect them from parks or your backyards. Yard waste day is always a great way to collect branches from your neighbors, or even if you have to trim your own trees, make sure you know what kind of tree that the branches come from. These branches came from an apple tree. The first thing you're going to want to do is to wash your branches. Wet them down and add some soap and scrub them with a brush or a sponge. You want to wash off all the surface dirt. And usually I repeat this until the water runs clear. You can see how brown the water is. And since the stick is very long, I turn it around to wash the other side. You can wash the branch outside with a hose. I just prefer to do it in my tub. See all the dirt coming off? And now the water is running clear, so it's clean on the surface. And as you can see, my branch does not fit into my oven. Ovens vary in size, so what I did is I measured the inside of my oven. I measured from corner to corner so I can put a bigger piece of the branch in there. And it comes to around 27, but I'm going to cut the branches 26 inches. So my husband put marks in the branch of where he's going to cut. He's going to cut 26 inches, and the last one is 18 inches, so I'm going to have 3 cuts. Then he just sawed away at each piece to divide the branch up into 3 pieces. And here they are. These are my 3 pieces, and they're going to fit into the oven just perfectly. Now I'm going to turn on my oven. I am going to bake them at 250 degrees Fahrenheit. I wait until my oven is set at 250 before I'm going to put the branches in. So what I did is I put some tin foil on a baking sheet, and I'm putting that at the bottom, on the bottom rack, so just in case anything falls off the branches. You know, you have to stay around the stove as there's a chance of fire. When you put wood in your stove, just stay around. I put them in for an hour, and look, they even changed colors. They're nice and cooked. Now they're nice and hot. You want to use oven gloves when you get the sticks out, as they're pretty hot. You don't want to use your hands. They look nice, eh? They look nice and like golden color or dark brown. So what I did is I let them cool before I touch them. It took about half an hour.
Now that all your perches are baked and clean, this is where the magic happens. I'm going to show you how to make these 3 perches that we cut into smaller pieces to fit into the oven back into one long perch. Now these are the screws that you will need to put your perches back together to make one long perch. These are called dowel screws. They come in different sizes. You just want to pick the appropriate size for your branch. And I'm going to show you how these work. And now, so you're going to grab your dowel screw, pick the right size for the right size of perch. I'm just going to choose this side. And what you're going to do is just find the middle of the perch. Let's see if that's around the middle. And you're just going to kind of poke it in there as it has a sharp end. And You can just use your fingers if you like. What you're going to do is just screw this in. So I'm actually going to use the pliers because I'm kind of weak. I'm going to use my pliers, and there's a little smooth area in the middle that you can put your pliers on. You can use a smaller one. I just couldn't find one because you don't want to wreck the threads. And basically you're just going to put that in your perch. I don't think that was the middle, but it'll do. Just to show you, you make sure you find the middle. As long as you get it together, I don't think it'll matter if it's exactly in the middle, but let's see if it goes together. And you want to make sure it goes in straight, otherwise it may be crooked when you put it back together. So I'm just going right down to where that space was, where the screw divides like into half. Gotta use your muscles though, right? You gotta be strong. There, it's almost at the end. Yeah, pretty much at the end, if you can see that. Make sure that's clear. There's a space here, so I'm going to put the other perch on this end. So this was the other perch I'm supposed to match. So now this will be the difficult part, because if you don't get in the middle, it might be a little bit crooked, but I'm just going to try. I'm going to put it right in the middle here. Let me see here. And just spin your perch. Let's see if it'll work. I've done this before. Sometimes it doesn't line up, but sometimes, most of the time it does. I mean, if you do a really good job, it'll line up. You can do this much better than I can. I'm just weak. Don't have the strength. Usually my husband does it, but since I'm the video maker, I am showing you. Oh yes, my muscles are gonna hurt me later. All right, and you wanna get it together as much as you can. Oh, I don't think it'll turn anymore. Let me try my pliers. Nope, I think that's all I can get it. So it didn't line up this time, but I'm sure it will actually. If I loosen it, it'll line up right where it's supposed to be, but I don't have the strength, but you get the idea, right? I'll see if I can fix that. What I'm going to do is put a plier on this end, a plier on this end, and just twist it. So now I'm going to put another dowel screw into the other end of the perch, and I just want to show you up close what it looks like. Make sure that's clear. So you can see the middle, there's an opening here, and that's where you want to put your pliers on here because you don't want to wreck the threads. And when you put your dowel screw in the perch, you want to go up to here, up to the line. So that one, you're going to go up to the line first, right here, and then you're going to put that in and then put your other perch on that side. So now I'm going to attach this other branch to the other side. So basically I'm just going to stick these two together again with the same kind of screw, which is a dowel screw, and I'm just going to stick it in there. And especially if you have like smaller pliers so that it can fit between where that space is, because I find when I'm grasping it, it can actually strip the screw right beside it. So I'm just trying to be gentle. You can actually wrap tape around here so that it doesn't ruin. So I'm just going to twist that in. And I'm turning the perch while I'm holding the screw. The perch is long on the other side now because I already attached the two, so it's a little bit harder to turn. So basically I'm just going to get that right in, just like I did the other one. There. Alright, now that I got the dowel screw in one end, I have to attach this end. So I'm just going to do the same thing and hopefully it will line up. Just making an indent. If the wood is really hard, like hard to twist, which I find it hard for me because I don't have all the strength, you can actually drill a hole first.
You want to drill a hole that's just almost the same size as the screw, or just a little bit smaller. You don't want the hole too big, otherwise the screw won't catch onto the wood. So I'm just going to see if this is going to work as I'm twisting it away. I don't think I have it in the middle. But anyways, this is just to give you an idea. It's hard for me to do because I'm showing you on the camera, and I would really rather just put the perch closer to my body, but I'm showing you. So anyways, let's see what it's gonna look like once I got it connected together. All right, so a vise works wonders, especially when you're working alone, but it's really hard to hold the other end of the perch, so a vise is perfect. And I got it together here, and I got it together on the other side as well. I actually was able to tighten it a little bit more, so I can't even barely see where the cut is. Let's just see if I can find the cut without... Yeah, it's right here. You can barely see that. This one went together really well. I just made a little bit of twist with the help of the vise, and I got my long perch. I just wonder if I can fix this, but I think that's about it for that, but it's close enough. So now you have one big long perch again. Look how long it is. These long perches are great for aviaries, or if you want to hang it from your ceiling. Hey Kingsley, how do you like the perch? You like this? Yeah, so now the perch is safe to give to your birds. You want to make sure there's no parasites or pathogens on the perches, so it's best to bake them. And you can also let them sit in the sun for quite a while, as the sun is a natural disinfectant. But you want to just do the extra step to make sure your birds don't get any diseases or illnesses from just using the perches from outside and don't doing anything with them to stick them in your cage. I'm sure people have had success doing that, but you know what, it's best not to take a chance, because what if there's a 50-50 chance that your bird can catch something that is on the branch. So I will leave some links down below. You can check out my playlist of my purchase series and all the other links. There's lots of good videos on there, and my Amazon store, make sure you check that out. I will put a link down in the description for these dowel screws and other things. Check out my Amazon store. I got all kinds of things on there, and all the stuff to make your own purchase and all that. So hopefully this video helped you. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.